Hello everyone, welcome to the Crazy Science. Today I am going to start the next part of the morphology of the flowering plants. So in the last class we talked about, we read the that kind of the phyllotaxy ব্যাপারে পড়েছিলাম and other parts of the leaves এগুলো ব্যাপারে আমরা পড়েছিলাম last class এ, and this class I will be talking about the morphologies inflorescence, the flowering plant টা আমরা আজকে পড়বো. Okay, up to the androecium and the gynoecium, that is the sexual part of the flower. So this class is going to be very interesting. Stay tuned. Okay, so let's begin. This is the inflorescence. I have given a first definition of it. So এই ক্লাসটাতে কি হবে, ডেফিনেশনটা ফার্স্ট দিলাম, that is inflorescence. Inflorescence means the arrangement of the flowers on the floral axis is termed as the inflorescence. Two main types of inflorescence আমরা দেখব, one is a racemose, another is a cymose according to the NCERT. So arrangement of the flowers on the floral axis. আমাদের phyllotaxyটা কি ছিল? আমাদের phyllotaxyটা ছিল arrangement of the leaves. আমাদের phyllotaxyটা ছিল arrangement of the leaves on the branch or the stem. ঠিক আছে, যেখানে আমরা phyllotaxy তিনটে টাইপে পড়েছি। তো এখানে আমরা ইনফ্লোরেসেন্স আমরা দু টাইপের পড়বো, একটা পড়বো আমরা রেসিমোস, একটা পড়বো সাইমোস। বোথ আর দ্য অ্যারেঞ্জমেন্টস, বাট হিয়ার দ্য অ্যারেঞ্জমেন্টস অফ দ্য লিভস। এখানে অ্যারেঞ্জমেন্ট আমাদের কি, এটা হলো লিভস। কার উপরে লিভসটা অ্যারেঞ্জমেন্ট থাকে? অন দ্য ব্রাঞ্চ অর দ্য স্টেম, সেটার উপর থাকে। এটার আমাদের ফ্লোরাল এক্সিসের উপরে থাকে। সো উইল বি talking about the one by one racemose and the cymose. That is very interesting and very easy to know also. So racemose and the cymose, as you can see, racemose ka matlab that the main axis continues to grow. Main axis means upper axis. See, this is a racemose, this is a cymose. So eta holo main axis ba upper axis, eta continuously grow hocche, and flowers are born really literally in acropetal succession. Acropetal ka matlab, acropetal holo jekhane younger flowers will be in the upper and the older one will be placed in the lower. Okay, the younger যতগুলো young flowers থাকে, young flowers will be grown on the upper part of the leaf, and the যেটা old plant যেগুলো থাকে, old flowers will be grown on the lower parts of the leaves. That is called the racemose, and this is called the acropetal succession. This is called the acropetal. This is called the acropetal succession, and examples দেখতে পাচ্ছ reddish and the masters. এগুলোতে আমরা racemose দেখতে পারি, and more than 85% of the plants are the racemose. Whereas cymose, main parts terminate in the flower having the limited, তো তাদের যে গ্রোয়িংটা এখানে লিমিটেড থাকে, cause you can see their old flower will be grown in the upper part, whereas the younger flower will be grown the lower branch of the leaves. তো যদি এখানে বুড়ো যে ফ্লাওয়ারটা থাকে, এটা যদি একদম মেইন এক্সিসে বা একদম মেইন এক্সিসে if they started to grow, তো automatically what will happen? Automatically the growth or ultimate growth of the plants will be limited and it won't able to grow further. So সেই জায়গা থেকে it will be very much limited or negative impact it can show in the future. So this is called the cymose inflorescence, and their succession is a basipetal. Okay, and this is a old flower and the younger flower. So most of the plants are the racemose in nature. Examples are jasmine and bougainvillea. So flowers can be born the basipetal succession. So ekhane ki hoy na, growth ta onekta zyada low hoye jay. The growth is quite short and quite low, limited I would say. And here that's in this racemose, the growth is totally high. Growth is really high. And there is a reason why it is high, cause the main axis is not limited. In the main axis is free, where in the other branches of the main axis or side of the main axis, the younger one, the newer flower, they are growing. They are not limited. But in this part, you can see the main axis of the flower, it's not free, it is already occupied by a old flower. That is the reason. This kind of succession or way of flowering plant is called acropetal and is called the basipetal. And where their growth will be limited or very less, and their growth will be more, just because of the having the more younger flower in the upper part of the plants. Okay. Moving to the next part, so this was the type of inflorescence, and this is the most important easy, that is the flower. The flowering portion was also there in the class 10. So in this one, the flower means the flower is a reproductive part of an angiospermic plant for sexual means of reproduction. So to do the sexual reproduction, the flower are the most important things. So tara ekta sexual reproduction korche cause to angiospermic jotogulo plants ache, karon gymnosperm they don't have the flowers in their body. So the flowers thakle it's very different, very exceptional eta hoye jay. But angiosperm, most of the angiospermic plants they have the all the angiosperm, most not all the angiospermic plants they have the flower in their body. Okay, for the sexual means of reproduction, because here they have the male and the female gamete. Okay, the typical flower has a 4 holes and is on a swollen end or stalk or the pedicel called the thalamus. So thalamus is something that this is called the thalamus. এই যে মোটা পার্টটা থাকে, this motor part is called the thalamus, where the ovary of that particular plant will be situated, will be sit on that. This is called the thalamus or the receptacle. There are calyx, corolla, androecium and the gynoecium. So gynoecium and the androecium, together, 4 of them are the whole, 4 of them are the part of the flower, the angiospermic part, angiospermic flower. When flower has both androecium and gynoecium together, ekta plant e jokhon, ekta phule jokhon dutoi present thake, male and female, that particular plant is called the bisexual. Okay, and this is called the bisexual or the monoecious flowering part. Monoecious flower. Okay, and flower having either androecium, either তোমার কাছে flower কাছে either the male part will be there, reproductive organ হিসেবে, or the female part will be there, any one. Only is called the unisexual. Okay, and this is called the another name is called dioecious. Okay, when flower can be divided into 2 equal radial halves in any radii passing through the center is called the symmetry of flower is called actinomorphic, that is called radial flower, that is mustard, dhatura and chili. They are talking about the radial halves, means the actinomorphic. Okay, when the flower can be divided 2 equal halves in any radii passing through center, this of the symmetry is called the actinomorphic. When flower can be divided into 2 similar parts only in one vertical plane is called the zygomorphic. For example, pea, gulmohar and cassia. So basically কথাটা হলো যে ফ্লাওয়ারটাকে যদি আমি পার্টিকুলারলি দিস ফ্লাওয়ার, যদি কোনো একটা ফ্লাওয়ারকে আমি ঠিক আছে, যদি আমি কোনো ফ্লাওয়ারকে আমি এভাবে কাটি, মিন্স 2 ইকুয়াল রেডিয়াল হাফসে কাটি, সাপোজ আমি একবার কাটলাম 1 প্লেন থ্রু দ্য মেইন এক্সিস, অ্যান্ড এইভাবে কাটার ফলে আমি ইকুয়াল পার্টস পেলাম না, তো আই হ্যাভ টু কাট ইন দ্য মোর অ্যান্ড মোর পার্টস। তো পার্ট কাট পাওয়ার পরে আই গট দ্য ইকুয়াল হাফস অফ দ্য ফ্লাওয়ার। দিস কাইন্ড অফ ফ্লাওয়ার ইজ কল্ড দ্য actinomorphic. In short, we can say bilateral. Sorry, in short, we can say it is a radial. It's not bilateral, it's a radial. ঠিক আছে, আর কোন একটা প্লান্টকে মিন্স কোন একটা ফ্লাওয়ারকে সাপোজ আমি জাস্ট কি করলাম, আমি জাস্ট 1 টাইমস কাটলাম এটাকে, 1 টাইম কাটার পরে আই গট এ 50% means exactly similar and equal halves পেলাম. This is called the zygomorphic. Or in short we can say it is a bilateral symmetry. A few plants are there and their shape is a totally different and you cannot cut in another parts, so these are called the asymmetrical flower, where you cannot cut, means কোনো ভাবে এটাকে কাটা যাচ্ছে না, means they don't have any shape, so this is called the asymmetrical. তো দুটো symmetry থাকতে পারে, one is actinomorphic where the flower would be cut in a different parts, different bhabe, duto bhabe ba tinte bhabe amra katbo to get the equal halves of it, the similar halves pete. And where there is another flower where, but by cutting only one time, ekbar katbo tabi to tao vertically katbo, ekdom straight line e katbo to the main axis, and I will get the equal and similar halves of it. Okay, this is called the zygomorphic or the bilateral. The examples are the P bilateral holo jeta P গুলমোহর and কেসিয়া, আর যেটা রেডিয়াল সেটা হলো means actinomorphic মাস্টার্ড সর্ষে, ধাতুরা and the chili. ঠিক আছে? The floral appendages are in the multiple 4, 3, 4 and 5. They are called trimerous, tetramerous, pentamerous respectively. Tri means when the floral parts are 3, tetra means when the floral parts are 4, and penta means when the floral parts are 5. The flower with bracket is called the bracteates, and without bracket is called the ebracteate. যদি ফ্লাওয়ারে ব্র্যাকেট থাকে means just side এরকম ভাবে just tiny একটা স্ট্রাকচার থাকে, এভাবে যদি কোনো tiny একটা স্ট্রাকচার থাকে স্টেমের সাথে, this is called the bracteate. আর যদি কোনো স্ট্রাকচার না থাকে একদম স্মুথ থাকে, this is called the abracteate. A means the A or E means absence. ঠিক আছে? তো তিনটে পার্ট বললাম, you can see the diagram over here. So these are the petals, এগুলোকে বলা হয় petals or the corolla, এদের বলা হয় calyx or the sepals. Okay, this is a receptacle or the thalamus, যেখানে ফিমেল ওভারিটা বসে আছে, আর এটা হলো ফিমেল ওভারি where the upper part is called the stigma, the long stalk like structure is called style, and the bulge like that thick portion is called the ovary, and together they are called the carpel, okay, or pistil. And এখানে দেখতে পাচ্ছ এখান থেকে কি আছে, এখান থেকে ফিমেল that is male part is get emerged, means that is bisexual. It is bisexual where the male and female both are there. Okay, so this part is called, the upper motu part is called anther, and stalk like structure which is connected to the female body part is called the filamen, and together they are called the stamen. Okay, this is a male part and this is a female part. Okay, this is the sign of their bodies. Okay, let's move to the, okay, so this is our next slide of the flower. So last part of the flower we got to see several parts, যেখানে আমরা different parts গুলো দেখলাম. The floral axis, floral parts, that is called the floral appendages, then androecium, gynoecium, male, corolla, calyx, everything. And here the flower types based on the position of the ovary, means they are situated on the ovary position based করে flower positions গুলোকে, means here they are based, it is present, this is the thalamus. তো থ্যালামাসের উপরে তাদের পজিশন উপর ডিপেন্ড করে তাদেরকে আমরা কিছু টাইপসে ডিভাইড করতে পারি, ঠিক আছে, কিছু টাইপসে ডিভাইড করতে পারি. The first type is our hypogynous flower. Okay, in the hypogynous flower we can see that the ovary occupies the highest position, and the ovary is such case called the superior. For example, mustard, brinjal and China rose. Mustard e dekhi, brinjal e dekhi, or the China rose, which is called the hibiscus, As you can see here, this is called the hypogynous, and hypogynous means matlab this one, the first type. এখানে দেখতে পাচ্ছ on the base of means the thalamus ke also called the receptacle. So thalamus এর উপরে the ovary part is there. So this kind of ovary part is there, means this is called the pistil, and pistil or the carpel, the stigma, style and the ovary, and where the ovary is a superior. Ovary is superior here and other parts are the inferior. They are located just the lower portion of the ovary. এখানে বাকি পার্ট গুলো যে male and female, male part is in the lower position where the female part is the higher position. So যেখানে female part is the higher position on the respect of the androecium, these are called the hypogynous. Means female part, the pistil or carpel, here is they are superior, and the male, that is stamen, will be in the lower part, in the lower position, and both they are located on the hypothalamus or the receptacle. And this kind of flower types hote gele you have to be bisexual, means male and female both should be present on the same flower. Only then it is possible. The examples are master brinjal and China rose. Perigynous are two types. Dekhte pacho. Perigynous means gynoecium. The female is situated at the center. Either they will be present at the center or the other parts on the rim are same height, or they will be in the same height or the half inferior. This is called the perigynous. So these are the two types of diagrams are there, and both equally required. In the first case, you can see the female part is little bit lower than the male part. This is called the half inferior. This is called the half inferior plants, where the female is little bit, not too much, little bit lower, just little bit lower than the stamen part. Okay, this is called the perigynous one type. Another type you can see that male female both will be the same line. Okay, it will be the same axis. There is a little bit correction is required in this diagram of the NCERT. So male means stamen and this pistil will be in the same line, same place. This kind of two type of the flowering position on the base of thalamus is called the perigynous. And the last but not the least, this is the epigynous. In the epigynous, the female ovary is a fully inferior. Fully inferior, not half, not nothing. The margin of the thalamus grows completely cover the ovary, and ovary is said to be inferior. Here you can see the ovary and thalamus. Ovary is fused in the thalamus. So earlier used to be a thalamus or the receptacle where the ovary usually sit or emerged. এখানে কি হলো that the ovary portion is totally emerged on the এখানে কি হলো emerged হয়ে গেল in the thalamus position, and then just upper part of the style and the stigma is seen and along with the stamen. That's it. The rest of the part, the ovary, is totally emerged. So in that case, it is called the totally inferior. So based on the position of the thalamus, there are three types. One is the superior, second is a half inferior, and the third is the totally inferior. And we are talking about the ovary over here. The ovary means the female gynoecium, the gynoecium part of the flower. Okay, so tinte part amra jani, one is the stigma, style, and the ovary. Means this is a stigma, this is a style, and this is a ovary. Okay, where ovary te ki thake ovule will be there, and from the ovule the seed will be produced, and a ovary theke fruit will be produced. The ovary means the fruit, that fleshy part that we eat, and this ovule theke ki pabo, we'll get the seed. Okay, so this is a stigma, style, and the ovary. All right. And in the next slide, the accessory organs of the plants. Accessory organs of the plants will be talking about, and accessory pore amra corolla calyx dekhbo. Corolla calyx e pore our just few parts are estivation and endoecium and gynoecium are borbo, and then the class will be end. Okay. So in this accessory, so the accessory organs of the flowering plants means they are the sub parts of the flower. That calyx is the outermost hole of the flower, and the membrane are called the sepals. Another name of the calyx are called the sepals. They are generally green, leafy, and protect the flower in bud stage. It may be gamosepalous or sepals. It is called gamo means where the sepals are united. Another is polysepalous where the sepals are free. So sepals, if I draw a flower here again, so these are my beautiful petals. Okay, so these are my beautiful petals. So okhan theke ki hoy na, in the lower side you'll get to see this kind of structure. They are called the sepals, and these are called the petals. So sepal petals are required cause to attract the insect to do the pollination easily, and also for the protection of the androecium and gynoecium of the flowering plants, flowering parts. Okay, so sepals arekta naam amra boli calyx, and eder amra ki boli corolla. ঠিক আছে, so this part is means when the sepals are, as you can see I have drawn the sepals are free. If sepals they are free, if sepals are free, they are called the polysepalous. They are called the polysepalous. If sepals are not free, if sepals are, they are means together, if sepals are just like this, if sepals are just like this, means just together, they are connected to each other, they are not separated, these are called the gamosepalous. They are called the gamosepalous, means they are united to each other, they are not separated. Same way, another part is our corolla. This is called the beautiful corollas or phule papri jegoloke amra boli, consist of the petals over here. The bright color attract the insects for the pollination and also they equally important for the protection. They may be gamopetalous or the polypetal. Same way, if the petals are free, they are not attached with each other, these are called the polypetalous. Just observe the flower around your home, petalous. If the petals are united to each other, very closely united, there is no gap in between, okay, so these are called what? These are called the gamopetalous. For example, gamopetalous তুমি দেখতে পাবে যেখানে petals গুলো খুব connected থাকে, they are not free in the dhatura flower, and সেটা তুমি দেখতে পাবে polypetalous তুমি দেখতে পারবে in the China rose, means the hibiscus, জবা ফুল যেটাকে আমরা বলি. So it's very easily seen, it's not connected, you can just plug it out and easily you can plug them very easily. তো ওখানে কোনো poly আর gamo থাকে না, তো China rose are very available in everybody's house, easily seen, not a big deal for that. So after accessory organs, our next part is the estivation. Estivation means how the flowering parts are arranged. So arrangement of the sepals or petals in the floral bud with respect to the other members of the same whole is called the estivation. Estimation means how the sepals or petals they are arranged, okay, on the thalamus or receptacle. ঠিক আছে, তো ফার্স্ট আমরা এস্টিভেশনটা পড়বো valvate. Valvate এর মধ্যে দেখতে পাচ্ছো the sepals or petals they will be looking, they will be equally they will be connected. This is how they will be connected, equally they will be connected. This beautifully, there is no another thing, beautifully they will be connected. If there is suppose there is a 4 petals or 4 sepals, so they will be look like this equally. So this is called the valvate, okay. So valvate holes of the sepals or petals touch each other in a synchronized manner. For example, calotropis এটা দেখতে পারবে, these are examples. Next is a twisted. Twisted এর কি হবে, এখানে both will be one inside and one outside. One inside and one outside they will be located. Okay, so এভাবে twisted থাকবে, একটা ভেতরে একটা বাইরে একটা ভেতরে. So this is how this is called the twisting ভাবে থাকবে. You can see inside, এটা outside, একটাই যাবার বাইরে আর একটাই যাবার ভেতরে, এভাবে এটাকে বলে twisted. Okay, so holes overlapping হবে, এটাকে twisted বলে. And example is China rose or hibiscus, very easily seen, you can easily get it. Third is imbricate. Imbricate estivation, এখানে কি দেখবে overlap same ভাবে each other হচ্ছে, but not in a particular fashion, in any kind of fashion, the right side or the left side. Okay, তো এটা যে কোনো একটা fashion এটা হবে, বাইরে বা ভেতরে, বাইরে বা ভেতরে, বাইরে, এটাও twisting, এটাও twisting, এটা কি হচ্ছে overlap, it is twisted, so this is overlapping is here, both are overlapping each other, but in the twisted they are following a particular fashion and they are not particular fashion, either in the right side or the left side. That's it. Examples are gull mower. Next is in the pea or beans, motor gach or bean gache flower, there are the 5 types of petals. The largest is called the standard, overlaps the 2 lateral petals, which is called the wings, which are turned, overlap the smallest anterior petals, which is called the keel. This type of estivation is called the maxillary or the papilioneaceae. So this kind of special maxillary, এটা দেখতে পারবে, এটা থেকে সবচেয়ে বড় একটা petal থাকে or sepal থাকে. It is covering the another 2 lateral parts, lateral petals. ওটার নিচে যে দুটো পেটালস থাকবে, ওদেরকে আবার এভাবে কভার করে রাখবে। তো এইভাবে টু স্মলেস্ট, এদের এই ছোট ছোট মিনস দিস ইজ এ লার্জার ওয়ান, এটার ভেতরে দুটো থাকবে, আবার এদের ভেতরে দুটো থাকবে। দিস ইজ হাউ দ্য এন্টায়ার পার্ট উইল বি কভার। এন্ড স্মলেস্ট যেটা থাকে এটাকে বলে কিল, দিস ইজ কল্ড দ্য কিল। ওকে, and the highest one যেটা থাকে এটাকে বলে স্ট্যান্ডার্ড, this is called the standard, and the inside the two lateral যেটা থাকে this is called the wings. Okay, it may ask, this is special type of maxillary or peperiniaceae, and this kind of কোথায় দেখতে পারবো, in the beans or peas. Okay, this kind of family তে আমরা দেখতে পারবো। ঠিক আছে, next endoecium. Endoecium means we were talking about the male part over here. So male part এর ব্যাপারে আমরা জানবো। So male part of the most important sexual organ যেটা থাকে, this is a endoecium. They produce the male gamete, and in this one endoecium represents the male reproductive parts of the flower, consist of the stamen. Stamen we know the upper part is called the anther and the lower part is called the filament, and together they call the stamen. Okay, and from that part pollen grains will be formed, and that pollen grain is a male gamete responsible to do the sexual reproduction. Okay, each stamen consists of a filament and anther, as I said. Pollen grains are produced pollen sac. Pollen sac টা এখানে produced হয়, এখানে produced হয়, এখানে produced হয় pollen sac টা। ওকে, এখানে স্যাক গুলো থাকে, এখানে পোলেন্স গুলো ফর্মড হয়। স্টেরাল স্টেমেন্স আর কল্ড দ্য স্টেমিনোড। জাস্ট স্টেরাল গুলো মিন্স দ্য স্টেমেন, যে স্টেমেন গুলো কোনো পোলেন গ্রেনস প্রডিউস করতে পারবে না, আনএবল টু প্রডিউস টু দ্য পলিনেশন করতে পারে না, or প্রোডাকশন করতে পারে না, আনএবল টু ফর্ম এ ফ্লাওয়ার, দিস আর কল্ড দ্য স্টেরাল or স্টেমিনোড। When stamens are attached with petals, it is called epipetalous. See, epipetalous. So for example, brinjal. Stamens may be free, called polydendrous, may be united, called the monodelphous, or two bundles called the diadelphous, or more than two polydelphous. So stamen may be free or united. ঠিক আছে, যদি এরা ফ্রি থাকে stamens গুলো means free from each other, this is called the poly. If they are united in a bundle, একটা bundle, দুটো bundle, তিনটে bundle, this is called the mono, di and the poly. And here you can see, এখানে I have shown the poly, I means gamoandrous, means এখানে poly না, আমি এখানে united টা show করিয়েছি। These are all are the united stamens. Okay, they are not free. And there are three types. This is a mono means they all are in a one bundle. একটা just একটা বুকের মতো, একটা থোকার মতো, they are connected, that's it. This is called the monodelphous, means একটা বুকের মতো থোকার মতো they are connected. And this diadelphous two groups আছে, one is a single and there is a just a together bundle এর মতো they are showing. তো দুটো বান্ডেল এখানে শো করছে। These two bundles kind of united stamens are called the diadelphous, and they have a two groups, two bundles group, where you can see polydelphous several groups 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So পাঁচটা এখানে গ্রুপস দেখতে পাচ্ছ, and based on a one একটা সাইডে just একটা জায়গার উপর based করে that they will be connected to the thalamus or they will be connected to the female reproductive part, that is called the pistil. তো এভাবে তারা united stamens they may show a one single bundle, they may show two single bundle, two bundles, or they may show multiple bundles, but they should be united. They are called the mono, di and polydelphous. If they are not together, if they are just separated, just এরকম ভাবে separated থাকে, তাদেরকে বলে polyandrons. Okay, they are called the polyandrous, but they are called the gamo. ঠিক আছে, তো they are called the gamoandrons, means they are connected to each other. Okay, so they are basically called the gamoandrons. যেরকম ভাবে আমরা poly and gamopetalous পড়েছি, same ভাবে the androus or endoecium part is also connected with thalamus or the petals over here. Okay, moving to the last slide, that is the female reproductive part. This is called the gynoecium. So it's very short part. Gynoecium means it's very important and responsible for the reproduction. Okay, the gynoecium কে আমরা together বলি pistil or carpel, any name you can say it. The female reproductive part of the flower consists of the one or more carpels. So একটা বা দুটো বেশি carpel থাকলে এটাকে আমরা কি বলি? Multiple. And each carpel made up of the stigma, style and ovary. They have a stigma, they have a style, or they have a ovary. Okay, so this part is called the stigma, sticky part, where the male pollen grains are just coming and they are making a long way to reach the ovule to do the fertilization. And this stalk-like structure is called the style. This part is called the ovary, and ovary is positioned or sitting on the thalamus or the receptacle. Okay, so this is the entire gynoecium is looks like. Female reproductive part is called the pistil or the carpel. Okay, when more than one carpel, যদি এরকম একটা carpel একসাথে ফ্রি থাকে, একটা ফ্রি থাকতে পারে ওর সাথে কানেক্টেড থাকতে পারে, দুটো টার্ম এখানে আছে। The carpel is present, maybe free, it is called apo, as in lotus এটা ফ্রি থাকে, and rose or fused together, this is called the syncarpus, as in mustard and the tomato. So as you can see, if they are এরকম ভাবে যে অনেকগুলা কার্পেল তারা যদি একসাথে কানেক্টেড থাকে, if they are connected to each other, these are called the syncarpus. Okay, and they are sitting on the thalamus over here. If they are connected, this is how they are connected together. Okay, all the stigmas are here. Means অনেকগুলা কার্পেল এরকম কার্পেল একসাথে they are connected. This is called the syncarpus. If the carpels are not together, they are free from each other. As you can see, there is one carpel, another carpel, another carpel, another carpel. Stigmas are not together. Stigmas are not attached. They are separated from each other, and this kind of structure is called the free carpels, or they are called the apocarpus. They are called the apocarpus. And apocarpus examples, these kind of things are shown in lotus. And this kind of structure shown in the mustard or the tomato. The tomato we eat, right? As we get the more and more vitamin C's. Sector C, and that is a free. So this is how the entire structure looks like. So after fertilization, ovules change into the seeds and the ovary mature into the fruits. So ultimately, এটা হওয়ার পরে কি হয়? এই যে ফার্টিলাইজেশনটা হয়, ফার্টিলাইজেশনের কোথাও হচ্ছে ওভিউলস আর দেয়ার, তো ওভিউলটা কি সিডে কনভার্ট হয়ে যায়, as I said, and the ovary, as I said, that this is a female part and they are sitting on the male thalamus. So this part, ovule, after fertilization, ovule will be transformed into the seed, and this fleshy part of the ovary, it will be transformed into the fruit, the fruit we eat. Okay, this is how the entire structure looks like. Okay, so today's class up to this, and in the next class we'll be talking about the rest part of the fertilization of the placentation and several parts of the fruits. Till then, stay tuned in the Crazy Science. Thank you.